Hello and welcome to Earthy Love Medicine. I am making another juice this morning. It can be considered a green juice. It's basically some healing gut juice. So some people kind of frown upon adding a lot of stuff together. I personally like all of these things together. I drink almost all of them every day. So let's get started. Something I'm doing this morning, I've been really looking into what would help with my gut. So I'm putting in some turmeric and some ginger root, and I'm going to get that started. But then I'm going to put some green on top. So I'm putting in spinach and kale and a little bit of organic arugula. Everything in here is organic. I really struggle to find good stuff organic in my area, but I do my best to have mostly organic. Not everything is organic here. My lemons are organic. My cucumber wasn't. That's why it doesn't have skin on it. So I'm just going to throw some of this stuff in and get us started. And then while I make this juice, I'm just going to do what I always do and kind of talk about my healing journey. So I started in January and it's the 24th of February 2022. I am changing my lifestyle to raw. I am not completely raw. I'm about I would say 85-90% raw. I do a lot of raw. I start out every day of my life right now with lemon alkaline water and or a juice. If I already have juice made in the morning, I'll just go straight to my refrigerator and I'll always drink water first and then I go to the juice. I really enjoy doing my juice every day. It gives me so much energy. That's the one thing that has changed dramatically for me. Not everybody really understands what happens to you. So for me, that was like the biggest thing ever because I was really struggling with mental health. I was really struggling with depression, lethargic, all that stuff. And I was already vegan. I was eating junk food vegan for about 8 months, and it really wasn't helping me out at all. And I was actually really hurting my body. So my eczema broke out really bad. I've had it on my hands since I was 24 years old, and I am 45. Around, October or November last year, it started to go up my arms, and it went all the way up past my elbows, and it made it so I couldn't sleep. It made me very, very uncomfortable. I definitely cried quite a few times because it was really awful, and I was covering up my arms everywhere I went. Thank God we're in the cold season, so gloves and long sleeves, didn't matter. People didn't see it, and I guess it doesn't really matter if people see it, but I was really embarrassed by it. So that's me. So I want to talk about something kind of interesting. I was listening to some videos the other day and I came across this interview with Jim Carrey, and he was saying that there is a difference between being sad and being depressed. And I was like, well, yeah, of course there's a difference, right? So what he was saying is sadness is like there's something that caused you to be sad. Somebody passed away, you broke up, or you lost a friendship, or you didn't get that job you really wanted, or, something like that just really made you sad, really, brought out that part of you, but that it's ultimately something that you pull yourself together and you move on. Well, he was saying that depression, as he heard it, they talk about that it's like, I guess he was saying it means deep rest. Depression is deep rest. And basically, like a deep rest from keeping up how he said it was the avatar, as in the meat suit that we all exist in, that our light animates. We get tired of upholding that persona of who we think we are. And so when we get into a depression, it's because we can no longer put up the facade without it taking a toll on us. And then even potentially, now I don't know if he really said this, but I always take it to another place, which, I think that emotion and hard times will cause disease in your body, the stress. So I just thought it was really, really interesting that he said it that way, because I definitely think about our bodies and stuff as kind of being the meat suit that we animate. So I want to touch on that because I know that the quote unquote, what I call depression last year was me, you know, needing deep rest from being the person that I thought I was supposed to be instead of being true to myself and honoring the things that my soul really desired and, requires in order for me to be a happy, healthy, productive person in this life and actually like happy and feeling good. And, and I realized that in life, things are hard. So you're not always going to feel happy and things aren't always going to be perfect and great. But I'll tell you what, putting good things into your body that really facilitates giving life to your body, it has been transformational for me. So right now I am having a breakout. My body's detoxing. I did go through like a week of like on and off, like trying to add rice or things like that to my diet. My body was not having it. It really does not want me to put any heavy starches or anything into my body right now. So I don't know if, I'm not super educated about this. I've educated myself a lot, but as far as rice is concerned, I don't know if it's because there was some kind of a gluten or something going on there that maybe, I don't think so though. I think it was more just my body. I've really been putting like fresh foods and stuff in there. And so when I started to eat stuff like that, or like something with a little tinge of oil or things, I started to compromise. So I just want to let people know that are trying to go on this journey and are really just kind of confused about how to go about it or whatever. It's like, once you start putting these things in your body, you can really feel that your body feels different. And so you can intuitively go, hey, you know what? This doesn't feel very good. This isn't something that my body really wants. And you can try different stuff. So you're not like stuck to any one way of doing things. So I just want to say I put a beet and then like a little small beet because it was so small that it was like, I'm not going to put it in a different juice. And then I just put in, I think that's all I put in there, was the green mix that I had in the bowl, and then the beet, because I really wanted to get that in there. So now I'm going to start adding celery, and if you could see, I'm using a lot of produce, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to make extra so that I can have some later, or if my husband wants some, because I'm really trying to encourage him to drink this. He is highly addicted to sugar drinks and energy drinks. And, I noticed the tiredness in him. And even though he's a thin man, he has a little bit of swelling in his gut. Of course, he doesn't want me to doctor him and tell him how to be because, when you're in the Western, when you're using the Western diet as your source of food, you don't realize how much it's poisoning you. So for me, I want to encourage everyone to juice or at least eat raw foods. It's a lot easier to get this stuff into you juicing. I bought this Nama 2 juicer, J2 juicer in January, and I got it around the 10th and started juicing, and it's literally been a lifesaver because even up until the 10th, I was struggling quite a bit. I had fasted and then, I was eating, but I still just wasn't getting what I needed to really like help me detox quickly. So this has been amazing. I also do a pineapple and watermelon juice with like a lemon or two in it, and it's absolutely amazing. It makes me feel so good. It's super hydrating. I'll probably make a video on that just so you guys can see what I do. I already have all this stuff prepped and ready to go because I made some yesterday, so I decided just to go ahead and prep it. I got these really cool bins at Costco. They're like 3 of them for like $12, and to me that's a steal because these are nice and big. They're designed for like big soup kitchen type situations, but hey, I really want to make sure that I set myself up for success. And then you see my favorite part, it just swishes out of there all beautiful. You can see all the lovely greens and all the goodness coming out of there. I'm really excited about this juice. Like I said, I never put the turmeric or the ginger, but after really looking into gut health and seeing if there's anything I'm missing or that I'm not doing, and that was one of the things I was doing earlier on, was I was drinking ginger tea and making sure that I got that ginger in there to help with my gut biome. And I kind of stopped doing that. So I'm going to get back on my ginger thing. I really want to heal my gut desperately. I want to stop having breakouts, which I know this is a process and a journey. So I have no expectation that I'm just going to stop breaking out right away. That's not realistic. But hey, it's a journey, right? It took me my whole life to get to this place where my body was hurting and out of whack. So, it's gonna, take a little self-discipline, a lot of self-discipline actually, to make this work for me. So what I'm going to do is find my beautiful strainery goodness. I love this thing. And I strain my juice through this to get out some of the pulp. So, I mean, my juice literally looks like dirt, but it doesn't bother me at all. I love it. It's funny because when I first started, I really wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this. I had in my mind that it was all just gonna taste like shit. So when it actually tasted good, I was really super happy. And so now I actually, believe it or not, I crave this juice. And I went like 2 days where I was just drinking like watermelon juice and like other kinds of juices. And my body was like, no, you need green juice. And I'd even even though I was drinking the other juices, I was still eating a lot of greens and, making sure that I got my greens in anyways. It just, when you're getting like these freaking whole glasses of life put into your body. I mean, this is the size glass that I use every single day. And this is, at the end of it, it's about 32 ounces. I saw. So, I love it. And I drink this every day. So when you take that out, your body's like, what? So this is I think that's enough celery. I don't know why I keep putting more celery. So, and then I chopped up 6 apples. I had 2 Granny Smiths and then 3 Granny Smiths, and then 3 like Gala apples too. So I usually take all the seeds out and stuff, but I've noticed that a lot of people don't do that. So I'm just gonna throw it all in there and oops, sorry guys. I just kind of relaxed my arm and stopped recording what I was doing. So anyways, I'm just making sure that I get everything in there that I need. The celery is extremely hydrating, and so is cucumber. I didn't have any more cucumber than what I had. That's why I just put the one in there. And it looked kind of weird because my refrigerator froze it, and so it kind of messed with it. So I figured instead of trying to, stomach eating the weird looking frozen cucumber, I would just put it in my juice this morning. And then I'll just go to the store and buy some more. I'm really super enjoying this. I feel like anybody who, by the way, if you're doing this and you don't like how long it's taking, I'm also really wordy, and so I like to talk while I'm doing it and whatever. But if you notice, we haven't been doing this very long, and I already had everything prepped. So, and I'm doing a bulk juice. So if I wasn't doing a bulk juice, I would already be done. And 10 minutes of your life to put life back into your body, it's so worth it. And it's super satisfying to put this into your body every day. Your body thanks you, I promise. I'm finally, now I'm 2 months in here almost, and I am finally starting to not need as much sleep. I notice I go through bouts of just needing more sleep, and through the research that I've done, I know that's part of that. My body just goes into rest so that I can get rest. Basically, I'm detoxing, and I'm still detoxing. I still eat, like I said, almost 100% raw. So my body is not used to that at all. Being vegan and being a raw vegan who actually puts healthy food into your body constantly, the world. So for me, I don't like to put labels, so I don't really like to say, oh, I'm vegan. I like honey, and I eat honey. I think honey is incredible for you. I just use the term vegan because it's the most identifiable term. And then of course the raw vegan part of it, the raw. So all of that is super relatable. Yes, I do it for the animals, but I primarily started doing this for health long ago. And I highly, highly recommend going on your own health journey and figuring out for yourself what's going to work for you. Everybody has different bodies and different health conditions. And so I can't really tell you what's going to work for you and what's not going to work for you. I can just tell you what I'm doing and, give you the information that I've been given and, kind of just do what you think is right. It's all intuitive. You just have to decide for yourself if you're willing to go through this journey and take the risk on yourself, because I promise you're worth it, and I'm worth it too. And it took me a long time to realize how much I'm actually worth it. And I'm grateful that I figured it out, because now I can be alive for my grandchildren that are on the way, and I can be alive for my children that I already have. I do still have some little ones. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I want to be able to teach all of this to them. I think one of the hardest parts that I'm having right now is this lifestyle, incorporating it into my family. Right now I'm just focusing on healing myself, and I would really like to help my family heal as well. But you got to help yourself first before you can help anybody else. And once I'm more knowledgeable and really understand this and understand the process, I feel like it'll be a lot easier for me. But I have incorporated smoothies into my kids' diet, which, they weren't doing that very much. I do it every once in a while as like a treat. Now it's like a pretty normal thing. It's still not every day, but it's almost every day. So it's awesome. So here we go. You can see I have like a lot of pulp here. I just wanted to show you like how dry the pulp is. This is something that's been pointed out to me, is that if your pulp is like really super dry, that means you have a really good juicer. And so I'm really feeling blessed to have this amazing juicer. It is really changing my life. So I'm going to stop talking your ear off. Nobody really likes a lot of content where people are talking and talking. I do personally. I love hearing people's stories. So hopefully you'll love hearing my story. Here's my beautiful juice. I'm very excited about it. I'm ready to give it a good sipper. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to let you see me sip it. Delicious. Whoops. You can see my little craziness. I shaved off my hair. This is amazing. And if you watch me from the beginning, you can see that my skin is changing. I still have puffiness here, but hey, you know what? I'm 45 years old, so I feel like I look pretty good. So anyways, if you like my content, like and subscribe. Leave some comments in the comment section. If you know anything more than me, please feel free to share. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and have a great day.